Here now we will discuss the equivalence of formula. The meaning of equivalence is equality. In discrete mathematics, the equivalence of formula P and Q is based on the truth values and it is denoted as the P logically equivalent to Q by using the symbol which is shown on your screen and read as the P is logically equivalent to Q. Just like in mathematics, we use the equal to sign to show the equality of any two values. Just like 2 is equals to 2, 7 is equals to 7. Same here, we are using the symbol with the two side arrows and two lines to show the logical equivalence. In the definition of the equivalence of two formulas, it is not necessary to assume that they both contain the same values. Here, the logical equivalence is derived from the double implies. If the double implies, that is biconditional statement, is tautology, is true, then it is called the logical equivalence. We will see how. That if P double implies Q is true, then when it may be true? If P and Q both variables are identical, if both are true, then the P double implies Q will true, or if both are false, then P double implies Q will true. If both are identical, then it is true. That's why if P double implies Q is true, then we call that P is logically equivalent to Q. That is for the equivalence of the formula. Now we'll see some examples for the equivalence of formulas. The first example is not P. The negation of P is logically equivalent to the P. If we find out the truth values for the P and not P, then these truth values are equivalent. That's why we have said that not P is logically equivalent to P. The P or P, if we find out the P or P, then its truth values are equivalent to the truth values of P. That's why here we are saying that P or P is logically equivalent to P. Same for the P and P is logically equivalent to P. P or not P, if we find out the OR of any variable with its negation, that is P or not P, or the Q or not Q, then for this all the truth values will true. That's why here we are saying that P or not P is logically equivalent to Q or not Q is tautology. And the P and not P logically equivalent to the Q and not Q means any variable and its AND operation with its negation, then it has always all the values false. That's why we have said that it is the contradiction. The P and not P or Q, if we find out the truth values for this statement formula, that is P and not P or Q, then its truth values equals to the truth values of the Q. Logically also we can clear that P and not P, as we have said above, that P and not P is always false. Then app or Q, here it will depend on the Q. If Q is true, then app or true, it will true. If Q is false, then it will app or false. Means finally it is depend on the Q. That's why P and not P is false and false or Q is Q. If we have the P or not P and Q, then again the truth values of this problem for statement formulas are equals to the truth values of the Q. The P or not P, as we have said above, it is always true. Then true and Q. Now it is depend on the Q. Because if Q is true, then true and true, it will true. And if Q is false, then it will true and false. Means it is depend on the Q. These are some examples for the logical equivalence. Now we'll start the laws. We have the 6 basic laws. The first is negation law, that is not P is logically equivalent to the P. Second is idempotent law, that is P or P is logically equivalent to P and P is logically equivalent to P. Third is commutative law. P or Q is logically equivalent to Q or P, means we can exchange the order, we can change the order. P and Q is logically equivalent to Q and P. Fourth law is associative law. If we have same variable connectives inside and outside the brackets, that is P or in bracket Q or R, then we can change the variables in the bracket. That's why it is logically equivalent to in bracket Q, P or Q or R. And the second for the AND connective, that is P and in bracket Q and R is logically equivalent to in bracket P and Q and R, or simply we can write down that is logically equivalent to the P and Q and R without a bracket. The fifth law is a distributive law. If we have the different connectives inside and outside the brackets, then we have to use the distributive law. We have here the P or in bracket Q and R. Now here your P or it will distribute over these bracket variables, that is the P or Q and P or R. And second, P and in bracket Q or R. Now here the P and it will distribute over the bracket variables Q and R. That's why it is the P and Q or P and R. The sixth is absorption law. Here the P and T is logically equivalent to P. P and F is logically equivalent to F. Then P or T is logically equivalent to T and P and F is logically equivalent to P. These are the six basic laws. Now we will see how these laws are. Equivalence of formulas. There are the six different laws. First we will see the three laws with the validations. The first law is negation law. The second is idempotent law. And third is commutative law. The negation law is that not P. We will find out for the negation law. The not P. In the not P, we have a single variable P. Suppose we design a truth table for this not P. If P is a single variable, then it may be the true or it may be false. Then the negation of P, the T, that's why it will add, and if P is false, then it will true. Then if we find out the finally negation of negation P, then the negation of this not P, if it is add, then it will T, and if not P is T, then it will add. That means from this truth table we can say that if P is true, not P is true, and if P is false, then not P is false. Means we can say that this P and the not P are logical equivalent. That's why the negation law say that not P is logically equivalent to P. That's the first. Now suppose we have the second, that is the idempotent law. It say that the P or P and P and P means or an AND operation of variable with itself. Then P or P. Then suppose again we have the any one truth table for the P. Then if we have the true variable P, then second variable is also P. The P may be true, P may be false. That's why this P will again the true and false. If we find out the P or P, the definition for OR is if any one variable is true, then final output is true. That's why the T or T it will T, and F or F it will finally F. Means if P is true, then P or P is true. If P is false, then P or P is false. That means from that we can say that P or P is logically equivalent to P. P or P is logically equivalent to P. If I design the truth table for the AND, then same, there is a variable that P, second variable is P and P and P. Now this may be true or false. That's why this true or false. The definition for AND is if both variables are true, then only output is true. That's why T and T it is T, and F and F it is F. Means from that we can observe that if P is true, P and P is true. If P is false, P and P is false. That means we can say that P and P is logically equivalent to P. We can write down that P and P is logically equivalent to P. Now we will see the third law, that is commutative law. The commutative law say that the P or Q is logically equivalent to Q or P, and the P and Q is logically equivalent to Q and P. Means we can change the order. Now we will validate by using the truth table. If I have the any one truth table for the two variables, the P and Q, then there are four possible combinations. This P and Q may be TT, first may be T, second may be F, first may be F, second may be T, and both may be F. Now first we will find out the P and Q, second we will find out the Q and P. The P and Q, that is T and TT, T and F, F and T, F, and F and F. Now Q and P, that is Q and P, then T and TT, F and T, F, T and F, and F and F. Means you can observe that this P and Q and P both are logically equivalent. Means if the P and Q, then we can write down the Q and P. That is P and Q is logically equivalent to the Q and P. Similarly, we can find out for the OR operation. If I have the truth table, then we have the two variables. The first is P, second is Q. And if we find out the P or Q or P, this P and Q may be TT, it may be the TF, it may be FT, or it may be FF. The definition for OR is if any one variable is true, then output is true. Then T or TT, T or FT, F or T, and F or F. Now for the Q or P, that is Q or P, T or TT, F or T, T or F, T, and F or F. From that we can say that this Q or P, that is TT, TT, and FF. Means Q or P or Q is logically equivalent to the Q or P. That's I have written that P or Q is logically equivalent to the Q or P. I repeat all these three again. The first is negation law, that is not P is P. Idempotent law, that P or P is logically equivalent to P. P and P is logically equivalent to P. The third is commutative law, that is P or Q is logically equivalent to Q or P, and P and Q is logically equivalent to the Q and P. Here, now we have the next two laws. The fourth is associative law and the fifth is distributive law. The associative law is for if we have the more than two variables and inside the bracket and outside the bracket there are the same connectives. Like here we have the example that suppose we have a problem statement, the P and in bracket Q and R. Now here inside the bracket there is a and outside the bracket is also there is a and. Then we can simply write down that P and Q and R, or we can exchange the variables. Like the P and in bracket Q and R is logically equivalent to the P and Q and R. Same for the OR also. If we have the P or in bracket Q or R, then we can write down it's logically equivalent to that P or Q, the bracket of these two variables, or third variable. Means in associative law, if we have the same connectives inside and outside brackets, then we can change the variables. Now the fifth law is a distributive law. If inside a bracket and outside the bracket there are different variables, then we have to use a distributive law. We'll see, here is the first, that is P and in bracket Q or R. Means inside the bracket there is or, outside the bracket there is and. Then we have to distribute this P and over this Q and over this R. That's why what it will equal, the P and in bracket Q or R, it's logically equivalent to the P and Q, that is P and Q, the P and Q, or the symbol which is outside bracket, now it will come at the outside bracket, that is Q or R, then P and Q or P and R, that is P and R. Now for the second, if OR is outside the bracket and is inside the bracket, and we have the statement formula like P or in bracket Q and R. Here this P or it will distribute over the Q and it will distribute over this R. That's why it will logically equivalent to the P or Q, that is P or Q, and the symbol which is inside the bracket, it will now outside the bracket, and the P or R, that is the P or R, means it will P or Q and the P or R. Now we'll discuss about the next law. This is absorption law, which absorbs the variable. Suppose we have the term like the first is the P and T. Now we'll find out what will the logically equal. The P and T. Now this T is a constant and P is a variable. Now if we have the P and T, then this P may be true or P may be false. But the second is constant, that is T. That's why the T and T, it will T and T, that is T, and the T and T, it will logically equivalent to the F. Means if P and T, then P may be true or P may be false. If P is T, final output is T. If P is false, then final output is false. That's why we can say that P and T is logically equivalent to P. Second, the P and F. Now if we have the P and F, one variable P and one is constant value, that is F. Now P may be true, P may be false. If we have the T and F, then this T and F, it will F, and F and F, it will F. Means here doesn't matter that what is your P. If P is T, your output is F. If P is F, then also your output is F. Doesn't matter what is your P. Means in P and F, it is not depend on the P. If we have the AND with a constant false value, then it is always a false. That's why the P and app is logically equivalent to app. Now, the third is for the OR operator. If we have the P or T, again the P may be true, P may be false. If we have the T or T, then it is equal to T. App or T, then it is equals to again T. Means now here in P or T, it is not depend on the P. If P is T, then it is T. If P is app, then also it is T. Because in OR operator, if any variable is T, then output is T. And here the second is a constant T. That's why the output will always T. It is not depend on the P. That's why we can write down that P or T is logically equivalent to T. The next, the P or app. Now again P may be true or P may be false. And second is a fixed value, that is app. Now T or app, that will T, and app or app, that will app. Means now if P is T, output is T. P is false, that is app, output is app. Means it is depend on the P. That's why the P or P we have written that logically equivalent to P. These are the four for the absorption laws. The P and T is logically equivalent to P. P and app is logically equivalent to app. P or T is logically equivalent to T. And the P or app is logically equivalent to P. Over here we have one additional law, that is a De Morgan's law. The De Morgan's law is used for the negation. Suppose we have the negation of P and Q. Now we have to distribute this negation, that is not with the P and with the Q. Then this symbol which is inside a bracket, it will change. The AND will replace by the OR and OR is replaced by the AND. If we have the term that not in bracket P and Q, then it will logically equivalent to the not P, that is not P. This AND, it becomes OR, and the not Q, that is the not Q. If we have the term that negation in bracket P and Q, then it will logically equivalent to the not P or not Q. The second, suppose we have the negation of P or Q. Now this negation will distribute with the first variable and the second variable, and this connective will replace by the AND. What is the negation of P or Q is logically equivalent to the not P, this OR becomes AND and not Q.